Alright everyone, this is Big Dirty 1985 and welcome to the third time I've tried to record this. I keep having technical difficulties with my recording software for some reason. But anyway, here we go. This is supposed to be, I was planning on doing a 10 subscriber special. I know, woo, I'm living the fucking dream. But I don't know. I'm not very good at making videos, and I try to enjoy it, but, it'll be alright. I'll get better at it. You can't get better at it if you don't do it. Anyway, figured since I, got my first 10 subscribers, and I had just discovered this, I don't know, a week ago, that, it was convenient that I had a video that I could do on Final Fantasy X. And what I'm going to try to show off here is a exploit that I found in the game that I've never seen anywhere else, because after I discovered it I was like, no, somebody else has seen it. Somebody's got to know this, right? And it's something that I'm going to call slow locking. Basically, I'm going to lock an enemy up in such a way that they can't move at all. It takes a couple of rounds to set it up, and I'm gonna try to just kill these other unnecessary enemies and get them out of the way. But and then I'll show this off. But yeah, anyway, I guess I need to start off by explaining exactly how it works, because I can show it to you, but it would be better to actually understand the math behind it. I got a lot of this information about how the combat system works from a GameFAQ article thing. The battle, it's like a battle algorithm fact or whatever. The author's name was Cinnaroth X, which I'm assuming is an amalgamation of Sin, Sephiroth, and Final Fantasy X. Anyway, yeah. All right. Get this dude out of the way. And just gonna do a little bit of setting things up here. None of what I'm doing right now matters. I'm just trying to get Yuna back in the battle. Alright, now then. Okay, I'm gonna set the controller down so I can focus on what I'm trying to say now. The way that the combat system works, it uses what's the CTD system, kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, except Tactics counts up to 100 and Tens counts down. So you have a what I'm going to call a turn tick. I believe that's what he called it in the fact. There's a turn tick that is basically a number that determines when each person goes, and each character and monster has one of these, and it's determined after you make an action. They determine it somehow, I'm sure, at the beginning of the match, but I know how it works after they take an action. So, on when Yuna's turn comes around, if she picks attack, for example, I'll get into that in a second. Anyway, she does an action, and then it gives her this number. And the number, is normally probably 40-something, 50-something, anyway. And each tick, between turns, everybody's number goes down by 1 point. And if it's no one's turn, it goes down again by 1 point, until someone hits 0. When that character hits 0, it's that character's turn, and they can take an action. Now, the way that this number, the tick rate, tick speed, whatever you want to call it, is determined, is you get a small number. You get a number that's smaller the higher than your agility is, and that's like your base tick rate. So just, I don't know, for the sake of the argument, let's just say that it's 20. For whatever your agility is. It's probably not, but we're going to use that. If you have a base tick rate of 20 based on your agility, then you attack. Attack is a rank 3 power. Ranks are between 1 and 8, and it's just simple multiplication. So 20 times 3 for attacking, because it's rank 3, is 60. and it'll be 60 ticks before that character gets another turn. You know, and that's pretty much how it's determined. The only thing that modifies it after that is slow or haste. Now, if you're slowed, it takes whatever your tick rate is and doubles it, and if you're hasted, it cuts it in half. Okay, and that's how we get into how this exploit that I found works. When it's not your turn, it just takes whatever you have and doubles it or halves it, depending on haste or slow. So, what we're going to do is we're going to basically make their tick rate grow to a ridiculously high number so that they will never get a turn. And the only thing that's required to do this, like, you can't do it on Dark Aeons, so I'm pretty sure all Aeons are immune to status effects. But as long as the boss is not immune to slow, you can prevent them from ever getting a turn, except for turns that are like, counterattacks or whatever. So, let me pick my controller up, and I'll try to show this off. So, anyway. Oh yeah, the most important part of why it works. I can't believe I almost forgot that. The reason that this works is because whenever you slow someone, for example, if they have, again, we'll just use 20. Let's say they have 20 ticks to their next turn. If you slow them, it doubles the 20 to 40. But the way that Squaresoft kind of made a boo-boo, and removing slowness doesn't cut it in half. So when you're at 20, you get hit with slow, and it doubles it to 40. But then you remove the slowness status effect, and it stays at 40. But then somebody can come and cast slow on you again and double the 40 to 80. And if you just go back and forth, slow as soon as slow as soon as slow as soon as, you can, exponentially grow their tick rate to the point where it's up in the thousands. And it'll be so, like, technically they will eventually get a turn, but not before they're dead. And if it's some particular boss that's taking, a long time to kill, if you just look over on the right, you can see when they're coming and just repeat it over again. Also, a little side note, in case you've ever been interested, these faces on the right, I'm sure you know that they show whose turn comes up, but the way it calculates it is it assumes that you are going to use a regular attack, like a rank 3 ability. So that's why it changes. If like, Yuna was to go and try to use item, then it shifts her perspective because she's no longer using her rank 3. I think item is a rank 2, and then something like changing your equipment is a rank 1. So, like if we're using the number of 20, if her tick rate is 20, then attacking will be 60 ticks before her next turn. But using an item will be 40, and just changing weapons will be 20 because it's rank 1. I don't know if every bit of what I just said was fact, but I did a pretty good job of testing what I've read and what I've experienced myself, and it's all seemed to work so far. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. I'll try to show you actually how to do this now. So let's cure Titus before he gets cooked. He might get a turn. He might get one turn. No, he probably ain't actually, because that Titus gets to go twice. Alright, so Wakka is useless. We're just going to defend with him. Alright, I've already got him slowed, so I can just skip that. Alright, now then. Defend. So he is slowed, and you see he's barely off screen. So on his next turn, if things don't change, he should be at the very bottom. Alright? So I'm going to heal him. And you can see, even though I'm removing slowness, his turn's not coming any faster. See, it moved up by one face. Nothing changed. And now it's Titus' turn, though, and we're going to slow him. And see, that's going to move him down. Oh, it missed. It's alright. I may have to try this on a different enemy. I'll see though. I wasn't expecting him to be resistant to the slow effect. It's the first time I've actually tried it with this particular enemy, but We're gonna see what we get. All right, slow. All right, so I slowed him, and he took his turn, which is fine because now he got pushed way down here. Now we got plenty of time to do this. Now if I remove the slowness, his position stayed the same. Now Titus will slow him again, and see he got pushed way farther down. And skip Waka's turn. We're gonna cure him of slowness again. And you can see he's still way down here. He's still showing up twice on the map. Alright, we're gonna slow. And he got moved almost completely off. And then I can Asuna. So even though he's resistant to slow, you know, if it works enough times, you know, if it works most of the time, then you can still get him slow locked. Alright, so see now, he's completely gone. It's going to be a minute before he gets the turn. And I can continue to do this. Because even though he's not showing up on the turn list, his number is still, his tick rate is still going up. And, you know, yeah, he's still not there. So if I slow him yet again, there's that. But, yeah, anyway. And now I'll just ramble while I skip a few turns, but you can see how long it'll be before he gets his turn back. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to show this off because I thought it might be useful in some kind of speed, you know, well, not a speed run, it takes forever to do it, but, you know, some kind of challenge like you know, a no sphere grid. I mean, I know you can't get slow and haste on a no sphere grid, but you could possibly use, if you had a boss that was giving you trouble, you could maybe use silver hourglasses. I think those cause slow, and remedies to also imitate the switch. But see there, he's showing up on the list again that he'll eventually get his turn, but the problem is, for him anyway, is that I just remove his slowness effect and then put it back, and he's gone again. But yeah, that's what I'm going to call slow locking. If you know, I wasn't the person that discovered it, let me know, because I scoured the internet trying to find someone else that had mentioned this, because I was like, no, there's got to be somebody that's figured this out. I can't be the first person to know this. Like, but if I was, that's my contribution to the Final Fantasy community. I am very proud of myself, and yeah. So if you found this useful or interesting, then you know, I'm glad that I could, you know, help. But thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. All both of you.